Hola, ¿cómo están? Ya tenía un rato sin hacer streamings. Hey guys, welcome to my streaming. It's been a while, so pretty excited to be here. Uh, hey Joe, ¿qué onda? ¿Cómo estás? Hey Ripo, am I saying that right? Ripo, or is it like R1, R1PO? So for tonight's streaming, I'm actually planning to do a Krampus. It's actually gonna be like a series of streamings creating this creature slash character. It's been a while since I did a streaming. I think it's been like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So it's gonna be quite interesting. The other streamings, the other streamers here in the Pixologic channel are gonna be doing their own version of the Krampus. So it's gonna be very, very interesting. Hey Iván, ¿qué onda? ¿Cómo estás? Bienvenido. Buenas. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks at least, but I'm really happy to be back. I wasn't able to do any streamings because of work. I had a ton of work, and unfortunately, I had to decide to push my streamings aside for a time. But we're back on the usual schedule of streaming on Thursdays. Voy a hacer mi versión del Krampus. Lo que mencionaba es que los otros streamers aquí en el canal de Pixologic van a estar haciendo sus propias versiones también. Let me change that song. It's quite distracting to hear some lyrics while I'm speaking. Will I join the Sculpt-off? Yeah, actually, who's gonna be joining the Sculpt-off too? I'm pretty excited about that. I haven't been able to sync on what I'm gonna be sculpting that day. Tomorrow, no, on Saturday. But yeah, I'm gonna be joining the Sculpt-off. How about you, Joe? Ah, thanks, man. Hey, God. Hola. ¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo estás? It's actually super relaxing for me doing this streaming, so I'm pretty happy to be back. La idea es que como todos los streamers van a hacer su propia versión del Krampus, voy a hacer la mía creepy, porque pues ya saben, es mi jam hacer cosas creepies. ¿Alguien va a participar aquí en el Sculpt-off del sábado? We'll just watch you guys streaming. I'm a newbie. I mean, you can join even if you're a newbie. It's gonna be quite fun because it's, unless I'm wrong, it's gonna be 3 hours. So it's plenty of time to do something interesting and just to have fun. But I mean, if you're like happy just watching, that's also cool. There's like it's like watching a ton of people sculpting, so it's super useful to learn different techniques. Each sculpt of I learn a lot from just watching the other contestants trying to do different stuff, approach different things in a completely different way of compared to my way of working. So it's quite interesting and super useful. Ya tenemos un poco la base del personaje. El día de hoy voy a trabajar solo en la cabeza. Otro día voy a trabajar en el cuerpo y así. Entonces, al menos con esto ya tengo un poco la base del personaje. So I'm just saying that at least for this streaming, I'm just gonna focus on the head. So I think I'm gonna invest at least 2 streamings on this character. I just want to have everything defined with low poly. I mean, you can already tell a lot with the shadows, so that's something very useful. La idea es que ahorita con el modelo super low poly, pues tenga como la expresión un poco más definida. O sea, podemos ver que no tengo nada de polígonos realmente, tengo muy pocos, pero ya está mucho más definido el personaje. Entonces, vamos a probar con sus orejas. Esta vez sí me preparé, entonces junté bastantes referencias. I'm going to be using the IMM with the primitives. Y la idea es que tenga sus orejas un poco inclinadas. Creo que ahora después le vamos a hacer un Dynamesh para tener más resolución y unir todo, pero de momento... Y voy a empezar a guardar porque si no vamos a tener un problema después. Hey Vita, yeah, long time no see. Yeah, I had to avoid my streamings for a time because of work, but thankfully I'm back. Nice to see you back back here, Vita. What do you think? What do you think for a newbie to join the ZBrush Summit? It's I mean, to attend the ZBrush Summit, it's really good idea. I mean, especially if you're like in the US, especially if you're near Los Angeles, like in the West Coast, I will recommend totally completely to join the summit. This time because of COVID, it's gonna be remote, it's gonna be online, so there is no excuse not to attend and to be online during the presentations. If you haven't attended any other summit, during the no at the end of the presentations they usually do a raffle, and they will be like giving away sculptures, tutorials, even a 3D printer last year, some licenses. A friend of mine actually won a license from Keyshot. So yeah, and it's for free. So the event is free. So actually, it's super recommended, especially if you're just starting to go to the event, or in this case, just to tune in. And as far as the Sculpt-off goes, this year everyone can join. So since it's gonna be online, anyone can actually join the Sculpt-off. The only requisite it's actually having just a Twitch account or a YouTube account, so you can actually streaming. You can actually do the streaming. Other than that, I mean, they're not like having any type of filter, so you are really um, I would recommend you to join because it's really a really nice experience. I mean, it's very stressful at times, and you can actually feel the pressure because you know that there are so many amazing artists um, participating in the Sculpt-off, and you get this pressure. But at the same time, it's really fun. Hey, God. ¿En qué programa hago renders? Depende muchísimo. Por ejemplo, si es un render rápido, algo como, por ejemplo, lo que hago en mis streamings, utilizo Keyshot. La verdad es que el hecho de que pueda tener como una librería de materiales prehechos o de HDRIs ya prehechos y simplemente arrastrarlos me ahorra muchísimo tiempo. Pero para proyectos más comerciales o pues trabajos personales más terminados, hay dos opciones, V-Ray o Arnold son los que más utilizo. Actualmente quiero probar Blender con Eve y con Cycles, que son los motores de render que incluye Blender, pero todavía no los domino al nivel que domino Arnold o V-Ray. Entonces de momento no está en mi pipeline, pero es algo que me gustaría eventualmente. Vamos a guardar esto. So let me save this. Is this your first time? No. My first time joining the Sculpt-off, I think it was 2018? No, 2017. I was selected as one of the Sculpt-off contestants. And actually, after the Sculpt-off, it's when I was invited to join the ZBrush channel. So it was a really good experience. And yeah, after 2018, I've been attending the ZBrush Summit just as an attendee, just to have fun and see my friends and meet new people. I mean, really a good experience. I try to go every year, but unfortunately, it's gonna be different this year. But I'm really happy they didn't cancel the event. They just did it like online, so that opens like a ton of opportunities for people who live outside of the US or even in the US, but on the complete different side on the East Coast. So let me save this. La idea es que igual nada más le dedico un par de streamings a este personaje, pero dejen encuentro mi carpeta porque tenía tiempo que no guardaba nada aquí. Que el Krampus es como una criatura navideña, entonces tengo hasta diciembre para terminarla, pero creo que lo mejor es apurarme con eso y no tardarme tanto tiempo en irlo definiendo. Ahí está. Muchas gracias, Scott. Qué bueno que te gustan. La verdad es que depende muchísimo el tipo de proyecto. Cuando voy a dedicarle más tiempo, pues obviamente un motor de render un poquito más complejo como Arnold o V-Ray te permite meterle muchísimo más detalle. Entonces, vamos a definir esto. Set projection to 0. I'm gonna do a Dynamesh. Creo que esto es muchísima resolución, entonces va a ser un poquito menos. Algo así está bien, un poco menos tal vez. Sí. So I'm just deciding how much polygons I want to add to this new mesh. It's all Dynamesh, so now the ears are part of the head. But the cool thing about using spheres to create like the base mesh is that I can actually isolate just the ears because they have a different polygroup. That's super useful. Dejen veo mis referencias. Hey, Cyrax, el duende maldito. Sí, ahorita parece completamente un duende. Espero eventualmente cambiarlo lo suficiente para que ya empiece a parecer un poco más un Krampus. Pero todavía no defino el diseño, entonces ahí va. Primero la base, que es como la parte humana. Saludos hasta allá a Guayaquil, Ecuador. I'm gonna start using clay buildup. Start adding some volume. The idea is to have a little bit more information because I now have more resolution. It's easier just to add a little bit more details to the mesh. Entonces, ahorita tengo como que todo muy pegado, es decir, se alcanza a notar como lo que serían los dientes y así. Lo voy a ir cambiando, solo tengo que ir viendo qué hacer. Vamos a hacerle la base de sus cuernos, que van en esta sección. Y backface masking está prendido. And I'm just trying to give a little bit more resolution right here on the ear. The cool thing about this, I can actually use sculptors because I'm having some issues right here with the geometry. So just gonna fix it like this. Same here. Entonces voy a ir marcando esto. Let me actually create some proxy horns. These are not gonna be the final ones, but something just to give me the look of creature that I'm looking for. Entonces, ahorita nada más le creo unos cuernos. Justo quiero tener algo que se vea parecido a lo que tengo idea, pero no van a ser los cuernos finales. Solo como un proxy para que me sirvan de referencia. Vamos a dejarlo de momento así. Simples. Y vamos a quitarle tanto volumen que tenemos aquí. Super important to see your mesh from different angles. I'm actually trying to fix this area. It's not really that, doesn't look really that natural. Hey, you're welcome, Joe. Thank you for giving out information. By the way, how do you record in ZBrush like you do now? Do you mean like how am I doing the streaming, or how am I doing the streaming with the ZBrush guys? Va para allá para hacer. Ya cambió de ser duende a Satan. Esperemos que eventualmente ya aparezca un Krampus. Que realmente Krampus se parece muchísimo a un diablo, entonces va a estar muy interesante. Igual y cambiar un poco el diseño para que se vea más único. These are not gonna be the final mouth. Just some noise so I can have some information right here. Lo que trato de hacer es tener, aunque sea algo de ruido ahí, porque como sigue siendo muy low poly, no necesito tanto para empezar a definir formas. Lo que me interesa es que las proporciones estén bien. Y voy a ver mis referencias. Oh, I'm actually using, well, I don't actually record my streamings. I have no idea what the guys from ZBrush have set up on their YouTube account and their Twitch account. So each time there's a streaming, it's being recorded on the side of YouTube and Twitch. I guess there's an option just to turn on. But if you want actually to record your own like sculpting sessions, I'm actually using OBS just to do the streaming, and OBS has also the option to record the streaming. So that's an option. You can actually use OBS to record your sculpting session. I wish I had some dark music that would give me some inspiration for this creature. Voy a empezar a definir los ojos. Todavía se ven súper raros, pero voy a poner lo que son las pupilas. Esto siempre me ayuda para definir el personaje. Entonces solo otro MM, una MM de pues, primitivas y las voy a mover al centro. Y ya con esto puedo acomodar los ojos un poco mejor, en especial los párpados. Tiene que estar alrededor del ojo. Y quizá los voy a hacer un poco más grandes. Tienen que estar un poco cerrados por cómo está sonriendo. Siento que las proporciones están un poquito off. Trying to work on the main shapes. It does feel a little bit odd. Pero no quiero meterle más detalles hasta que tenga bien definida el rostro. Ese pana es Belzebú. Sí, por ahí va ahorita. It's hard to create the eyes. Hey, Necro. Oh no, not Necro. Neko. Changed completely the name. Yeah, it's quite challenging to have some really good looking eyes, especially because they're like one of the main parts of the face. They will give you like the entire feeling of the character. So they're quite annoying to get right. But we're not in a rush, so let me change the material to something a little bit more interesting. And small details, like for example, doing the nostrils, will help a lot on creating the rest of the shape of the nose. So it's actually super interesting that small changes will affect the entire face. Ahorita, por ejemplo, puse solo un pequeño detalle de las fosas nasales y eso cambia completamente el diseño del rostro. Y así que se ve un poquito más inorgánico. And I haven't saved, so I need to fix that. Is this a demon sculpt? You missed the Halloween pumpkin. Yeah, because I wasn't able to stream. I missed the challenge of creating a pumpkin. I wasn't. I was really bummed of not being able to join that one. But this is actually a Krampus. It's like a uh, Christmas season creature. I'm pretty sure I'm saying something wrong about that. Let me Google it. Um, so yeah, apparently it's it's like the opposite of Santa Claus. So instead of like giving the good behaved kids presents, I think he steals or punishes the bad kids. So it's really interesting because he actually looks entirely like the devil. And I'm not entirely sure, but I guess the church picked some of the attributes of the legend of the Krampus to create the the typical image of the devil that everyone sees everywhere. I might be saying something wrong about that. I'm not entirely sure. It could be. So yeah, he looks like kind of like a goat humanoid monster with horns. It's quite interesting. Yeah, as Torched Potato said, pretty much a Christmas demon. When I type the name, just in case anyone wants to Google what the Krampus is. So I'm a little ahead of Christmas season, but hopefully I'll be able to finish this one for Christmas season and maybe print the head or the bust wherever I'm gonna be able to finish. So that's my idea for this one. Now you know me, you know that I love giving a different material to the eyes at the very beginning of the streaming. So I'm gonna be doing the same for this one. Voy a ponerle un material un poco más interesante. Le puse uno súper feo. A ver. Está. Esto siento que ayuda muchísimo a definir el personaje. Y vamos a regresar a nuestro material. Entonces lo que quiero tener es las formas muy limpias. And I do have a lot of like photos of old people faces to see how the wrinkles behave and all that. Are super good as references. Tengo aquí mis referencias de diferentes rostros, en especial de gente viejita con sus arrugas. Entonces, esa es un poco la inspiración que tengo. Quiero hacer algo con muchas arrugas que se vea agresivo, pero viejo. Quizás tengo que trabajar un poco más las orejas. Y creo que lo voy a poner incluso fur en la última versión. Así, este no tiene tanto chiste, todavía falta bastante, pero creo que lo que voy a hacer es esculpir el cabello para poder imprimirlo y aparte hacer una versión con fur. Igual y para esto le podré poner unos ojos como de cabra. Hey, cannabis. Close enough. It's a Krampus. Let me see how the eyes of a goat are. Creo que ponerle unos ojos como de cabra. Entonces vamos por nuestro brocha de color. Un poco más amarillo. Obviamente es un placeholder, no van a ser los ojos finales, pero me gusta tener como algún tipo de información en los ojos. So I'm just doing a very basic polypaint, just to have something for the eyes. Let me see my references. Ya se fue muy lejos estos, ¿no, Cirex? Demasiado satánico. No, y apenas empezamos. Vamos a ver qué puedo ponerle. Voy a seguir definiendo la cabeza. Quiero empezar a hacer el cuello y así, pero creo que me voy a enfocar solo en la cabeza. Mejor opción. Yeah, Krampus. I mean, we're still quite ahead, quite far from Christmas, but I really want to get this one started. To have it ready for Christmas. Creo que voy a empezar a ponerle dientes. Entonces voy a suavizar un poco la nariz. Might give him an angry look, so... Quizás hacerlos más grandes. Voy a cambiar de material. Creo que esto ayuda un poquito más. Ups. Un poco más de volumen en el cráneo para que tenga un poco más de forma y otra vez. Give him a laughing, not angry look. Yeah, I think it's creepier for him to be laughing instead of being angry. I think there's already a lot of Krampuses with angry faces, so I think I'm going to stick with the happy face. I think actually gonna be make him creepier. Um, Hey Bruno, what do you recommend as a study routine for someone who's intermediate in ZBrush? I mean, as everyone is gonna say, anatomy is quite useful, but if you already have some knowledge on anatomy and you want to try something different, I would recommend trying to sculpt um, something that you don't actually sculpt that often. For example, if you tend to do dragons and try to do humans from like a couple of months or a couple of weeks, so try to get out of your comfort zone. Also, not only doing human anatomy, but also doing like animal anatomy is super useful, especially if you're creating like creatures and stuff like that. Um, what else? You know what for me was super useful was doing stuff like Inktober or Sculpt-off or all those type of challenges where you have to do a very quick sculpture, maybe a couple of hours at the most each day. So it's super useful because it helps you to be like more consistent. Also, you learn to do stuff faster, and you might actually find some interesting sculpture that you might want to be finishing later. I have a couple of portfolio pieces that started as just a sketch on ZBrush, and then they started to grow, and I just finished them like doing the topology and all that. So at least try something different. Just getting out of your comfort zone. It's my best advice. Hey Germán, ¿qué onda? ¿Cómo estás? Ya un rato sin verte. Sí, está feliz. Soy una criatura feliz. ¿Qué puedo poner para atrás? Un poco de volumen. Hey, Super Mike, are you making the body as well? Not on this streaming, but my idea is since we're quite far away from December, I might find another streaming just to do the body. So at least for this streaming, I'm gonna be doing just the head, And on my next, well, not maybe not my next one, but during this month, I'm gonna be finishing the Krampus by doing the rest of the body, or at least the bust, because I actually want to print it. So hopefully the rest of the body, but if not, at least half of the body is gonna be finished at the end of the month. But at least for tonight, I just want to focus on the head, just to have a very cute slash creepy Krampus. I think I'm almost there with the base mesh, so I'm gonna be doing the mouth, creating the teeth, and then adding a new creating a new dynamesh, so I have more resolution. So right now it's very low poly. It's not like around 43,000, so it's not really that heavy. But we already have the main details. I mean, it's already super low, but you can already tell where the mouth is, where the teeth are, the shape of the nose, the expression of the face. So I really like doing this, just sculpting on low poly or with a low poly mesh, and then just creating more details as I go subdividing. Actually, I'm gonna make the mouth something like this. Hey, best. This streaming is for beginners. I mean, anyone. It's open for everyone. If you have like a very basic question, I might be able to answer it. But it's not focused just for beginners or people who knows. I just love doing the sculpture and narrating what I'm doing. And if you have any questions or advices or even a suggestion of what should I be doing with the head, it's super welcome. Yeah, I think he's gonna be having like a very dark lips. Something like that. I'm just using masking just to have a look of how the creature is looking right now. I think he looks quite cute at the moment, so I'm still working on this direction. I still need to define the shape of the horns. Uh, how do you live stream on ZBrush? So a couple of years ago, years now, back in 2000. Well, I was selected by the guys from ZBrush to participate in the Sculpt-off back in 2017, and that was in October of 2017. And by the beginning of 2018, they were looking for someone who can actually do the streamings, but also not only do streamings in English, but also in Spanish, because they were trying to have a broader audience. So since they already knew me, they approached me and asked me if I was interested in doing the streamings, and I said yes. And that was 2 years ago. A for ire. Thank you. I'm also beginning, but I can't figure out the topology and the hotkeys. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to say that. I do have all my brushes as hotkeys. So for example, if I want to use the move brush, I just press 2, and then I have my move brush. Otherwise, I need to go into the brush menu and look for the brush, and that's very time consuming. So what I try to do is either have a hotkey assigned to the brush, for example, jam standard is 5, 3 is clay, 4 is clay buildup. The main brushes that I try to use not that I try to use, but the brushes that I use more often are the ones that I have as a hotkey. But for example, if I need to use the inflate brush, that one I don't actually use that often, so I don't have a hotkey. But I know that ZBrush has a way of like assigning default hotkeys to the brushes. So for example, first I need to press B just to open the brush menu, and then I can press I and then N, and there's inflate. So each brush has two hotkeys, usually the first letter of the name. So that's why I don't actually go into the menu and look for brushes. I just try to do everything with hotkeys. Muchas gracias, socio. Espero que todo ande bien por allá en Argentina. Siempre es bueno escuchar sobre ti. Que bueno, ya tenía tiempo sin hacer streamings, pero qué gusto verte por acá. Um, clay polish is used for what? I'm new in sculpting. Oh, yep. Don't worry. So clay polish. It's, for example, if I have this mesh with Dynamesh. Let me make my mesh tricky. I'm going to activate Dynamesh. And I'm gonna make some kind of hard surface look to it. So once I do the Dynamesh again, all this detail, all these like hard edges, they're gonna be deleted. Let me try to do something. So each time I do a new Dynamesh, they start to get softer and softer. If you polish, then you'll start to get those hard edges instead of getting like the smooth ones. Hey, Motion Bug. Hey, Spicer. Nice to see you here. Thank you. I'm barely starting, so hopefully I'll have something decent at the end. For those who doesn't know, Spicer is one of the ZBrushLIVE streamers. I'm not entirely sure what days are you doing streamings, but I usually do my streamings on Thursday. Not entirely sure. Other than that, I completely forget about the schedule of everyone else. But yeah, follow him. He has some amazing work. Yeah, you're welcome, Best. Entonces la idea es que la forma principal esté definida antes de empezar a agregar detalles, si no, no tiene chiste que me vaya directo a meterle arrugas y meterle poros y imperfecciones si no tengo la base definida desde un inicio. Entonces, una vez que ya está definida la forma, por ejemplo, ahorita ya tengo pues la forma principal definida, lo que me falta es definir los cuernos, lo que voy a hacer es meterle más resolución y empezar a meter más detalles. Pero no me voy desde un inicio hasta el detalle de las arrugas, sino voy poco a poco subiendo el nivel. Si recuerdan al principio, ponemos el primero. El primero empezó muy simple y tenía como las formas principales definidas. Entonces el chiste es ir avanzando poco a poco para ir consiguiendo como las diferentes imperfecciones sin meterse desde un inicio. Oh, yeah, the eyes of the code, they're always super useful to create creepy stuff. It's like a cheat code. So Spicer is streaming tomorrow actually. So feel free to join his streaming tomorrow here in the Pixologic channel. Now what I want to do is work on the horns, at least have an interesting design. Vamos a ver. Tengo por aquí mis referencias de cabras. Entonces, solo para darle un poco de textura, que no se vea solo sólido. Podría ser algo que vaya saliendo hacia adelante. Lo que hace padre de ZBrush es que puedo hacer diferentes versiones. Es decir, yo podría duplicar estos cuernos. De hecho, voy a hacer eso. Voy a duplicar. Y de esa forma puedo simplemente tener como variaciones de cuernos. Quizás hacer algo que dé como vueltas de espiral sería una buena idea. So the good thing is that I just duplicated the horns before doing the changes, so I have different versions and see which one works the best. Should we lock the camera? Van así, luego así. Just following my references, but I'm not entirely sure about this type of horns. Estos podrían ser unos. Estos podrían ser otros, aunque están un poco más aburridos, pero quizás sean los más interesantes. Podría combinarlos. No, creo que no. Hey, Beck, ¿qué onda? Sí, ahora sí que aprovechando que todo el mundo puede participar, pues le dedicaré un rato al Sculpt-off. No soy muy fan del tema, la verdad, no es como algo que yo habría esculpido solo por gusto, pero está interesante, o sea, creo que para salir de tu área de confort está muy bueno. ¿Tú vas a participar en el Sculpt-off, Beck? Vamos a ver algo así. Y esto podemos meterlo. tampoco me encantan. Voy a duplicar estos de nuevo. De hecho, no se ve tan mal esto. Esos errores que salen bien. You know, those happy accidents. I wasn't trying to do something like this, but I think kinda works. Maybe a little wider. Tampoco me encantan, definitivamente están más interesantes, pero no terminan de gustarme. So I'm gonna do a new version because still not feeling the design with this one. So that's a new version. I think I'm gonna do a new one, and then I'm gonna try to decide which one I'm going for. Yo sí a participar no puedo mucho ZBrush, todavía tengo dragones, pero ahí estaré. Ah, sí, el chiste es divertirse y aprender. Al menos usar lo básico del programa si puedo. Sí, pues la verdad es que es una muy buena oportunidad para aprender y hacer algo diferente. Vamos a duplicar estos y... Could be a new option, this one. So let me see. We have this one. We have this one. And this one. It should be like a mixture of some of them. And tratando de decidir como sobre cuáles irme. I'm running out of space. I guess around here. And these are the last ones. The satanic crew. Yeah, it's like a pack, you know, like a bunch of, I don't know, brothers or cousins from the same satanic family. So, which way should I go? Um, I mean, I don't need to decide right now. I could just continue working on the face and then see which one suits the face better. Kinda like the sixth one. Digo, no tengo que decidir ahorita, pero lo que puedo hacer es seguir esculpiendo la cara y ver al final cuando le queda un poco mejor al rostro. El del medio también me gusta, el del medio abajo. Voy a guardar una versión de eso para después pintar. I like them all. But the third one above, it's nicer. Third one. So you mean this one? The one on the top right corner? Yeah, Spicer. It's for the Krampus. I'm trying to decide which way to go. I was actually thinking of maybe doing something cartoony, but I guess I'll be doing something creepy. Yeah, that could be. This one looks also interesting. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue working on the face, and once I'm finished with the head, I'm gonna try to see which one suits the face better. So I'm gonna leave these ones for now. And now I need to work on the mouth. These are gonna be the gums. Entonces, split hidden. Voy a reemplazarlos por ya unas encías mejor trabajadas comparado con lo que tenía hace rato. Sorry guys, I was just trying to listen to the song. The first time that I actually pay attention to the song about a Call of Duty circus. So, hey, Juntai, muchas gracias. Qué bueno que te gusten. Acá andamos por cualquier cosa. Let's see. Podría sacarlos un poco más. He looks quite happy, to be honest. Now I'm gonna be adding the teeth. Actually looking for some reference pictures. Vamos a utilizar de nuevo esferas para hacer esto. Déjenme ver mis referencias. Una pregunta, si quiero imprimir una escultura, ¿debo utilizar perspectiva? No realmente, o sea, yo trabajo con y sin perspectiva a veces. Es bueno activar la perspectiva porque pues, al final así es como vas a ver la pieza, pero no necesariamente todo el tiempo tienes que trabajar con ella. Puede ir cambiando sin problemas. Por ejemplo, yo hace rato la tenía puesta y ahorita la desactivé. Me gusta mucho desactivarla cuando estoy poniendo cosas porque no quiero que me afecte la perspectiva, la posición de objetos. Por ejemplo, en este caso los dientes, pues no quiero que me cambie mucho la posición. Did you see reference or making your own thoughts? No, I always have a lot of references. Like, unless I'm just trying to improvise, but I don't actually like that one. I always try to have at least some type of reference, if not on entirely about Krampuses, like right now. I do have references of human faces, old faces, monkeys, goats. So I try to have a lot of references, especially of like animals, because I mean, there is no point of working without any references. It's not like you're gonna win any prize if you say, I didn't use any reference at all. And if you have access to the internet with all those pictures, unlimited amount of information, then it's kind of dumb not to use it. So I always try to have my references on, even if I'm sculpting something like an alien or something like I'm very comfortable sculpting, like something on my comfort zone. Either way I try to have my references on, or at least something similar on mind. I try not to go without any references during my sculpting. Hey, Fanny Lala. Welcome. So I'm actually trying to see which type of teeth fits the creature. Something humanoid for sure, but I'm actually seeing some human teeth, but also I want to search for some goat teeth. Entonces trato de tener mis referencias todo el tiempo. Por ejemplo, ahorita tengo mis referencias de cabras y de dientes de cabras que tienen como los dientes súper salidos. Entonces, eso es lo que quiero, justamente. I mean, there's a lot of like weird creatures with you know, the usual set of teeth. I mean, if you're going to invest that much time on designing a new creature, sometimes it's really good to have some weird looking teeth, not going with the usual ones. So at least for this one, I'm just gonna doing something more similar to a goat. Auto group, mirror world. Utilizar los mismos dientes de arriba para hacer los de abajo. It's a different subtotal. ¿No le vas a hacer el cuerpo? De momento no, en otro streaming sí le voy a hacer el cuerpo. Me gustaría hacerle aunque sea el busto porque lo voy a imprimir. Entonces, si no lo termino... no lo voy a terminar en ese streaming. Hoy voy a decidir más como la cabeza, como el look que quiero ir. Y en el próximo streaming voy a estar haciendo el resto del cuerpo. ZBrush Mike, do you do traditional art like drawing and clay sculpting? I mean, I've done, but it's not that I do very often that kind of stuff. I wish, but I don't have the time. I like to draw from time to time, and it's been a lot of years since I actually sculpted something in a traditional way. The last time that I sculpted something was on... what's the name of it? On mud? Is it called mud in English? Yeah, I'm not really sure. Pretty sure there's a name for it. Yeah, I think it's mud. So I did this sculpture of a mask, and then I was taking this workshop of like creating Halloween masks out of like latex and all that kind of stuff. So I created like the sculpture on a traditional way. That was the last time I sculpted something like that, like I don't know, 4 years ago, I think, 4 or 3 years ago. But yeah, it's something that I really recommend if you have the time or the interest of trying traditional art. It's gonna just improve your digital art. It's super useful, especially for sculpture. No me encantan esos últimos dientes que le hice. Vamos a convertirlos en colmillos. Si los hago más pequeños. Y a la cabeza le voy a poner más resolución porque ya nos quedamos un poco atorados con eso. Nada más antes le voy a poner un par de dientes más. For improving sculpting, we need to draw so many drawing or sketches. I mean, it's pretty much just. I mean, I know a lot of people, like a lot of good sculptors or 3D artists that they can draw. I mean, they can draw, but they're not actually good at drawing. But I also know a lot of digital artists that are really good at drawing, and they're also really good at sculpting. So as far as I see it, it's just gonna improve your sculptures if you know how to draw. It is not a requirement, but it's super useful. So if you're interested in drawing, the only thing that is gonna do it's gonna be it's gonna make your sculptures better, and you're gonna have this different eye of seeing stuff. And as far as I see it, it's just gonna improve your art. So yeah, I would recommend to focus on both ZBrush and doing some type of like traditional sculpting. Let me see if I can actually. Not really sure about this one, but I just want to try something different for the mouth. Tratando de ver qué funciona y qué no funciona con mis colmillos. Este tendría que ir aquí, el autogroup y un mirror world para poder separarlos. Y esta versión voy a moverlo un poco más adentro. Hey, you're welcome, best. Neko, which which is better, pen or tablet? I mean, pen, tablet, or mouse? Sorry, I'm new. I need a suggestion to improve my skill. So if you're gonna be doing stuff like this in ZBrush, the mouse is quite what's the word I'm looking for? Uncomfortable. So sculpting in ZBrush is pretty much like drawing. So a pen, it's not a requirement because I know a lot of people started using mouse. I started by using mouse, but it's super easier just to use a pen. So if you can, I would actually recommend using a pen instead of just using a mouse. It's an investment, but at the end, I think it's worth it. For example, I've been using all my life this type of like the smaller size of the tablets from Wacom. I'm very comfortable with the small ones, but and that's the cheapest one, so it's a win-win situation for me. But a lot of people prefer the big ones. A lot of people prefer the ones with screen type of like Cintiq. It depends completely on the way you work. If this is the first time you're going to be using a digital tablet, then I would recommend using the small one because first is very small and it's very portable. But the most important thing, it's quite cheap compared to the big ones. So I would recommend trying that one first and then trying to switch to something bigger if that's what you're interested in. Hey, Torch Potato, thank you. I'm still working on it, but hopefully it will look more creepy at the end. Hey, Jera, ¿qué onda? ¿Cómo estás? Qué gusto verte por acá. ¿Y qué le pasó a los cuernos? Aquí está. Entonces voy a guardar esto. Voy a agregarle más resolución al rostro. Mesh by Dynamesh. Es un poco más. Ya con esto tengo suficiente para empezar a esculpir más detalles. I'm Mr. Who. I'm Mr. Who. Hey, Mr. Who. So let me start sculpting the face. Trabajando hasta tarde. Sí, yo también ahorita tengo que ya terminar el streaming y regresar a trabajar. Yo creo que necesito un poco más de resolución. ¿Andas animando algo, Jera? Yeah, you're welcome, Neko. So I'm gonna start by adding some more detail to the eyes. Don't be afraid to just change everything in your design if you're not entirely sure or not really falling in love with the design or the sculpture. You can always save a different version and start playing with the shapes. Try to see if you find something that you really like. It's one of the good things about working on the digital realm. You can have a lot of versions of the same stuff. It looks like the smile. It looks good with the smile. I think that threw me off when I was looking at it. I think the smile makes the face wider looking, like something with a shorter statue. Whereas Krampus normally has a long face. Yeah, that's a good point. This could be like a very like a midget Krampus. Just couldn't put a finger on it. Ando haciendo unas cosillas de compositing en 2D. Ah, nice. También le das al 2D entonces. ¿De animación o es como motion o algo así? Sí, eso sí, unas buenas poses para practicar. Yo no he hecho ya casi tantas poses últimamente. He estado como muy corto de tiempo esas últimas semanas. Let me rotate the eye. Pues creo que... Ah, no, ahí está. Tratando de probar diferentes materiales. Impish, yeah, like an impish version of a Krampus. That's gonna be different. Hey, Sledgehammer, thanks. The soulless sheep eyes. Yeah, if you want to make something creepy, just add a couple of sheep/goat eyes on it, and there you have it, something creepy. That's it, the easy way. Let's try different materials to see how it looks. Oops. Y esto es para levantar un poco más las mejillas. He's a very happy Krampus. Afinar un poco más la nariz. Y a darle un poco de volumen a las mejillas. No, esa parte no me gustó tanto. Esa animación, qué chido. Qué chido que también le des a la animación 2D. Que supongo que si ya le das a la 3D, hacer 2D ya el cambio no es tan drástico. Bueno, no sé. Estoy suponiendo yo, pero igual y puedo estar súper mal. Déjenle que cambie esa canción. Was gonna give me a headache, that song. So I'm just using clay buildup just to add a little bit more volume on different parts of the face. Very subtle changes of volume on the face. Quizás podría ponerle la lengua de fuera. Esto es interesante, vamos a ver. So something very unique from the Krampus. It's like the very long snake-looking tongue. So maybe you could do something like this. So he looks. Not entirely sure about this. Yeah. No, I don't think so. La lengua todavía no sé. Hey, Jera, ¿qué onda? Gracias. ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda, Jera? Luego lo presumes terminando la chamba. Sí, cuando quieras. Ahora sí que ya. Yo creo que le voy a dar un ratito nada más y lo termino. Thank you, Sledgehammer. Yeah, I try to invest a lot of time on the secondary shapes. Mainly in the main shapes. But once you already have that defined, the rest is quite easy to work on. Y hacerle este agujero. Yeah, he looks super happy. Actually, I think I'm completely forgetting that I'm actually gonna add some beer and fur to the creature. So that's something like we're actually doing right now. Vamos a darle un inflate aquí. Que siente un poco más la división. Y yeah, I'm gonna try doing the hair. Thinking what to do for the hair. So this is gonna be the blockout of the hair. So something like this. Extract. Accept. I'm gonna smooth this. It's gonna be a super rough hair. Y como quería hacerle cabello, voy a utilizar mejor clay tubes. Clay tubes. Y ahora con Dam Standard vamos a empezar a limpiar eso. Porque está muy feo. Parece más un casco que cabello. Super dirty, but I think for now it's gonna work. Quizás no lo haber puesto justo en el centro, se ve un poco raro. Vamos a ver. Vamos a ponerle más cabello, pero ahora aquí. Extract. Accept. It's a very, very dirty way of working this. But I think that's kind of working right now. Hey, thank you, Best. Pues no me encanta el cabello que le estoy haciendo. Vamos a terminar de hacer el cabello y vemos después si lo podemos arreglar o lo dejamos ahorita temporalmente calvo. Hey Joe, thank you. Yeah, I did go to college where I was like studying digital animation, but to be honest, most of the things that I know I just learned from the internet. Yeah, from different workshops and tutorials, and pretty much just the internet. He looks like a rapist. Let me see if I can actually do something different with the mustache. It's not really helping. Oops. Is it a personal project? I mean, as most of my streamings is just for fun. Um, this one actually, some folks on the from the ZBrush channel, so some of the streamers had the idea of doing like a Krampus. So during the month, maybe not only November but also December, you're gonna watch a lot of the streamers doing their own versions of the Krampus. I just started mine a little earlier. Pretty much self-taught artist. Ah, thank you. Adding the mustache and beard, lol. Are you gonna render this? Yeah, I mean, this hair is just for now, like a proxy. My idea is actually doing some fur on Maya, but first I need to finish the sculpture. I just wanted to see if the character was still working with some fur on it. So apparently it does work with fur on it. Though it doesn't look really weird or out of place. Um, are you gonna use this? Are you going to stream for the fiber mesh in Maya? I'm not entirely sure. I could do a very quick streaming on my personal channel using Maya, so I can actually keep the um, this streaming without using other thing besides ZBrush mainly. But yeah, I'm actually planning to use not XGen, Yeti on Maya for this. But yeah, I can actually do like a very quick streaming on my personal channel. Which brush do you use to make the beard? I'm using pretty much just clay buildup, dam standard to make the lines, and a snake hook helped to create look those, this type of like hair poking out. And move. I mean, it's a very dirty looking mesh, but I think it sells the idea of fur. I just want to see how it looks with a beard. I'm not really digging the beard. Yeah, no, he's starting to look really weird. Just imagine this head flying at night. What will you do? Will you add some blood stains? I could. Maybe I could on the mouth. At the very end of the project, I could add some blood stains. It's not a really bad idea. Um, what's my YouTube channel? Sure. So I'm on YouTube as. I need to change the username, but on YouTube. Let me see. I can actually paste a link. And on Twitch, I'm like this. Um, Now I see what I actually need to focus on. So for example, the nose, I think it's quite big. Going to place all the fur into one folder. Voy a trabajarlo sin la barba y todo lo que le puse ahorita. Y sin las cejas. Y me faltó esto. Oh, thank you, Sledgehammer. Hey, Johnny, it's actually a Krampus. I just need to work a little bit more on the design. I'm not entirely happy with it. I feel something I need to change, but I'm not entirely sure what. Mm. Sale junta y nos vemos. Que descanses. No, pues cuando quieras. Para eso están los streamings, para compartir. Hey, Spicer, thank you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it done for at least tonight. Still need to fix the design. I'm totally digging the face of this guy, but thank you. I really appreciate it. Still have some streamings left to do to work this guy out. I like the mask around the eyes. Yeah, it makes him look a little bit more creepy. Reminds me of Nosferatu. Yeah, yeah, he has that look of kind of like a vampire. Also, like the mask around the lips helps a lot. So maybe I need to add a little bit more detail on those two parts. Oh, actually, I think I have an idea. Hey, Johnny, muchas gracias. Hey, Rosalía. No, es ZBrush. Exacto, como Marcos dice, ZBrush. Sí, hay una versión gratuita, de hecho. O sea, está ZBrush Fuck, olvidé el nombre. Pero hay una versión gratuita del programa. Está un poco más limitada, pero puedes probarla y también está su versión completa. Hey, thank. I'm almost finishing, at least for tonight. I'm not entirely finished with this project. I'm gonna be streaming the rest of the sculpture on this channel later during the month. I usually do my streamings on Thursdays, so keep an eye on the channel on Thursday. Trying to figure out face a horn. ¿Esto es en vivo? Sí, esto es en vivo, no te preocupes, Rosalía. Minicore, gracias Marcos. ZBrush Minicore es la versión gratuita del programa y entonces puedes probarlo, puedes llegar a esculpir cositas y hay una versión light que es ZBrush Core que trae como un poco más cosas que la versión Minicore, pero no tantas cosas como la versión completa. Pues está más barato que la versión completa y está la versión, no sé cómo se llame, ZBrush normal. um, I'm not entirely sure what to do with the horns. Which way to go? A mixture of all of them. Estos no se ven tan mal. O algo así. Podría ser otra versión donde... como si fueran cuernos de venado. Estos creo que no. Algo así me gusta. Quizás que estos rodeen por la parte de atrás. Y lo padre, justamente puedes como experimentar y así ir teniendo como diferentes resultados con el mesh. Yo por ejemplo tengo una versión con estos cuernos sin modificar y esta versión ya con los cuernos modificados que voy a guardar ahorita. Y así puedo seguir experimentando, encontrando algo que me guste. Parecen como unas runas o algo así en la cabeza. It's supposed to be like a snowflake. It's supposed to look like one, but I might need to look at some references on that one. Vamos a definir un poquito más esto, pero creo que por hoy lo voy a dejar más o menos a este nivel. Mi Krampus feliz. Creo que me gusta mucho más sin todo el cabello que le puse. Ah, ahí está. Muchas gracias, Marcos. Tiene un toque de Marilyn Manson. Creo que por los labios le da como ese toque de Marilyn Manson. No lo había pensado. Y creo que para este streaming lo voy a dejar aquí. Me ausenté una semana sin hacer streaming, pero ya regresamos al mismo horario de siempre. Voy a estar haciendo streaming los jueves. Un jueves lo hago aquí y otro jueves lo hago en mi canal personal, en Twitch. Entonces, el Krampus lo voy a terminar aquí en el canal Pixologic. Le pongo un poco más de... Ahí está. Sí, creo que me gustan ese set de cuernos. Son únicos y le dan un look entre venado y lo que sea que esta cosa sea. Modifico un poco más esto. Hey Benjamin, really nice to see you. Yeah, I wasn't able to stream in some weeks, maybe a month, but I'm back. So I'm really happy to be back. This is very relaxing for me doing these streamings. So happy to be back and nice to have you here. So yeah, I'm gonna finish the streaming right here. Thanks to everyone who came by. A couple of stuff that I want to mention before I go. Yeah, I'm gonna be finishing this Krampus on my streamings here in the Pixologic channel. I'm doing 1 week here and 1 week on my personal Twitch channel. So I do my streamings every Thursday. Next week I'm gonna be doing my streaming on my personal Twitch channel, which you can find me right here. At the end of the project, I'm gonna be doing the fur on Maya. So once I have the sculpture done, I'm gonna be doing like a special streaming just to do the fur on Maya using Yeti. Oh no, I don't. I mean, I have Discord, but not like a personal. I mean, I use Discord, but I don't have like a channel. But you can find me up here. It's my social media. I mean, it's ArtStation, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube. Right now, I wasn't able to do that much streaming lately because of work, and because of the same, I wasn't able to upload any more tutorials. But I'm gonna be uploading tutorials both in English and Spanish on my YouTube channel. Currently, I only have YouTube. I only have tutorials on Spanish. But now that I'm a little more free, with a little more free time, I'm gonna be doing the tutorials on English. Very brief tutorials. And see you next week. Actually, see you hopefully on Saturday, because this Saturday is the Sculpt-off and it's the ZBrush Summit. So hopefully I can see all of you there. The event is free and it's, it's gonna be amazing. Feel free to join the Sculpt-off. The theme of this year Sculpt-off is steampunk. So it's gonna be quite challenging, at least for me. It's next, well, it's tomorrow actually, because it's already Friday here in Mexico. So next Saturday is gonna be the Sculpt-off. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for coming by, and take care. Are you answering questions? Yeah, Chris. Do you have any question before I go? Oh, thank you, Benjamin. Thank you, Tris. No, mine. Okay. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Tris. And thank you, Benjamin. Un par de noticias. El Krampus lo voy a estar terminando en mi canal en este canal de ZBrush. Ya estoy de vuelta en hacer streamings, entonces todos los jueves voy a hacer streamings a la misma hora, solo que un jueves es en el canal de ZBrush aquí y otro jueves es mi canal personal. El Krampus lo voy a estar terminando en este canal, que es el de ZBrush, pero una vez que lo tenga terminado la escultura voy a hacer un stream rápido para mostrar cómo hago el fur en Maya usando Yeti. Y... ¿qué más? Nos vemos el próximo jueves. Mencionaba que a partir de, bueno, aquí ya es viernes, entonces mañana sábado es el ZBrush Summit. Está el concurso que es el Sculpt-off. Yo les recomendaría que participaran. Es muy buena experiencia. Tienes 3 horas para hacer algo relacionado al tema. Ese año el tema es steampunk y todos pueden unirse. Mientras tengan canal de Twitch o canal de YouTube, puedan participar y hacer streaming, pueden participar. Entonces yo se los recomendaría. Aquí arriba está mi Instagram, ArtStation. Instagram, ArtStation, YouTube. Estoy subiendo tutoriales a mi canal de YouTube. Ahorita están solo en español, pero va a ser en inglés. No subí nada estas últimas semanas por lo mismo que no hice streamings, pero ya tengo varios tutoriales ahí listos para subir. Entonces, nos vemos el próximo jueves o el sábado si participan en el ZBrush Summit. Chris, can Simulator retopo? Yeah, actually, since, I mean, it wasn't able to do retopo until the 2021 version of ZBrush. They added a new way of using Simulator to retopo. Sadly, I can't show you how to do the retopo at the moment because I'm finishing the streaming. But I do have a tutorial on my YouTube channel. The only thing is that it's on Spanish. I mean, you might not need to actually listen to what I'm doing. Just see what I'm actually doing on the menu. So if this is useful to you, I'm actually gonna paste the link right here. So yeah, otherwise, hopefully that was useful. You can actually do retopo on ZBrush using Simulator. Yeah, sorry, I haven't been able to upload the tutorials in English, but I'm planning to. So feel free to check it out. So see you next week. See you on Saturday for those who are attending the ZBrush Summit on online version. And yeah, have a good night. Take care, everyone. Nos vemos el próximo jueves. Que descansen.